No, you're good. What I was saying is, we got our own version of that, but we don't. You don't put labels on it. It's the duality of nature, kind of like yin and yang,
The
like
negative,
a
yeah.
rose and its thorns and shit. But we don't put labels on that shit.
No, hell
The
no.
devil
We
is
always understood it,
what
bro.
their Abrahamic God is. That's
Yeah,
their devil.
yeah, bro. I mean, it's basically just the balance of light and dark. It's the balance of life and death. It's the balance of destruction and creation. And every one of us has the capability and the culpability to do that. So by that, we always understood the balance was giving and taking, offering and receiving, right? Sacrifice and reward, suffrage and pleasure, right? Those were all things that we understood very intricately as indigenous peoples. So it was a continuous balance. You can go anywhere in nature. This is why I always laugh at like VEGANS and like people that are animalists and environmentalists and whatnot, or whatever, all the ists you want to put on them.
What's an animalist?
People that believe that we should be eating plants and that's all we should be eating and we should be eating bugs and shit. You know what I mean? That's what that is. So anywhere that you go in nature, in the world, nature's beautiful. It is, right? Agreed. We can all agree that nature's beautiful. It has its beauty. It has its positive attributes that it gives to you when you're in it. But it is also very ugly too. Nature is. Have you seen what male tigers do to a cub when they decide to go and take another male lion's pride? You wouldn't look at a lion the same anymore. When you see what bison do to other bison, right, when they're trying to take over their herd, you wouldn't look at bison the same either. The bears, the wolves, they all have an ugly side to them that people wouldn't like if they seen them. They're not all cute and cuddly. Did you ever seen another bear, unalive another bear? Right? Horses, all of them, all these animals that still live in the wilderness under the creator's laws, they have that negative attribute to them when it comes to the basis of their survival. That's what nature is. So,
Yo, with that shit, what I heard was their ancestors were a lot brutaler, a lot more vicious, a lot more poisonous. The Earth's natural form was cold, wet, and muddy with no sun or no moon. And these animals roamed the earth, and they were the ones the dominant. And things got so nasty because they're killing and eating each other that Mother Earth had to reset herself. And the ones that survived and went inside were the ones that evolved into. They actually, when the giants came down, when sky people came down, when that's when they took the animals and changed them and all that. And they came when they came down here and all that. And that's just like kind of like from every culture's aspect of that one story. And it's not, you're not gonna find that one story. You gotta kind of piece it all together through everybody's story.
bro, David Begay, you don't know what you're talking about. You said that's for the animal kingdom that has nothing to do with human nature. Who do you fucking think we were connecting with before there was no homes, before there was no electricity, before there was no fucking vehicles and no airplanes? Who do you think we were having to live amongst as indigenous peoples? Who do you think that we were running from? Who do you think that we were hiding from? Who do you think that we were warring with? You think we were just out there living in peace and unity, bro? You ever seen an ancient short-faced bear? You know how big they were? Have you ever seen a straight-faced bison or a straight-horned bison? You know how big they were? What about a woolly mammoth? What about a saber-toothed tiger? You ever seen a saber-toothed tiger? How big they were? How fast they ran? How high they jumped? How big their mouth was? That's crazy, bro.
It goes back to the petroglyphs of
Yeah,
the
you know,
giant
that's crazy.
sloth.
Thinking that you're apart from nature, bro. No, you're not, dude. Stop it. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, man, it's wild, bro. I know that you're probably Danae because your last name was Begay, but yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, that's just part of what you got to learn, man. We are part of the animal nation, whether you
Yo,
want to believe it or not. Apex predators.
I think the Danae believe in cat-headed people too. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That guy's wild saying like that's just the animal nation. We're apart from that. Like, no, bro, we're not. The only thing that makes you think that you're apart from that is because you got civilized, and now you got RELIGION, and now you think that Jesus Christ is gonna come back and save you. You know, like, oh, he thinks we were created by the Anunnaki, bro. Stop, bro, bro.
Bro, that's what they call them on the other side of the world. This the same group of people, whether you call them the star people or sky people, same group of people, bro.
Yeah, I
Same,
got
same.
you. I got you, but I mean, you ever read the story of the Anunnaki, bro?
I heard it.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is wild, bro. There's a lot
Uh,
of I see a lot of similarities. To be honest, they have twins, and we had twins. Like, what's up with that part?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think for the most part, when it comes to ancient tablets and ancient religions and shit, I think we'll never know the truth, man. People can give their theories and say, "Oh, you guys came from this or you guys came from that," but at the end of the day, unless you understand what that's saying, one's only open to interpretation or interpreting that, right?
Yeah,
That's why I say you got to go to the archaeology, bro. And the archaeology in North America is wild.
dude. There's
Wow.
every culture is found here. Every fucking culture in the world is fucking found here, bro. China swords, Egyptian fucking, Phoenician, Hebrew, ancient cuneiform. Every fucking culture from around the world is found here. Ancient India down in Central. It's crazy, bro.
I hear you.
Like, there's so much misinformation, though. You actually have to do the research. You just can't find something and then put it, because some people will put anything they want. Like this shit that I have behind me as my green screen, I had to go do the homework, and yeah, this shit was real.
It won't matter on the end of our life here. Okay. I don't think it'll matter for you either. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We've been living our way for quite some time.
If we were wrong, we would have got a sign that we were living wrong.
Waka. Oh yeah. Holy and mysterious. The great mystery, man. Bahini Sananda Behen. There is a native culture in America that dates back to 250,000. There's sites that trace back to 100,000 years ago, though.
Yeah, they found tools next to a carved mammoth bone. Tools, actual human.
100,000 years ago, there's going to be more.
Yeah, this was in
We have not unearthed all of the history in North America yet, comparatively to places like Africa and places like Europe. Come on, bro. Stop
This is
it.
a new world still. It may be the
There's going
oldest.
to be more that is unearthed as time goes on. And it's going to shatter all the theories that have been given throughout the world that has made you a divisive person. So, wild.
No, I really think we're on to something with life started here in America. Like, everybody was red, and everybody walked out. And people evolved to get lighter, and people evolved to get darker. Not that everybody was dark and then they got lighter and then darker again. Everybody was red right in the middle.
Sound for what? Use a new song that came out. Use a new song. That's trending.
I like these kind of lives, bro. I got some people that want to come up. You want to lit them up with us, bro? Or no?
Sure. Let's chat with them.
All right, sweet.
You can put it back on the grid layout, bro. Go for it.
All right, cool.
Niwa. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Hablas inglés?
Is so OFD. What does that mean?
I think he meant to put off.
Is so off.
What's up, Niwa or Niwa? Niwa. I don't know. I don't think they're here, bro. I think they're gone.
I don't know.
They're gone.
All right. Let's let up this person, man. Peekaboo. The tablet is a bill of sale. Yo, what up?
Hey, I accidentally hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
You waited in there for a while, too. Hold on, where's that other one person that was just up here? Niwa? I'll send them a request. Because it might work better if they get a request like that.
They might have tried to request accidentally too, though.
Niwa is little or tiny. Niwa ooh. Very tiny.
Nawar is left hand.
Left hand?
Nawar, yeah. Nawar.
It's Superman canoe form. No, this is a bill of sale for 4 sheep. I looked up the translation, and it was correct. It was a bill. It's a 4,000-year-old receipt.
So someone gave him that to buy 4 sheep from him.
It was passed down in his family for generations, he said. But that could have. He definitely probably isn't the first person to make contact with the Europeans either. So his grandfathers were probably the ones that made first contact.
Oh yeah, with the Frenchman.
Probably.
No.
Goats originate from America as well. Yo, there's so much proof that in the Americas, if I showed you the migration of butterflies, birds, animals, and stuff like that, they go through the Beringia land strait, while just how conveniently us come from Siberia. That don't make no sense. It makes sense that Siberians come from the Americas, but it doesn't make sense that they filled up 2 continents. And plus, the whole Beringia land strait theory, they say 78 humans crossed that. Only 78, and that's how many you need to start a whole race of people. Like, how convenient is that? And plus, every time they find stuff, they push the Beringia land strait theory further and further time. Like, first it was 8,000 years, and it was 10,000, now it's 14, and now they're saying that's been debunked.
That's wild.
Because they found, the White Sands footprints in New Mexico, 33,000 years old. They find mounds in here that are a lot older than people say they are. In Florida, the remains of the tools that they found that are over 120,000 years old. Even down in Central America, in the ancient ruins down there, they're thousands of years old. A lot older than what they say they are. But, yo, this is right up the Pretendians' alley, yo. This is the shit they always be talking about. And none of them want to come on up and exchange information. And because they always talk about fake ass shit. And I can call it out. And sometimes they be talking about real shit, too.
But hey, somebody said many old chiefs had Spaniard helmets and armor. That's true. I mean, Spaniards came. De Soto went up. He went a lot of places. Does that mean they stayed? Nope.
Spanish was the first we made contact with too.
Yeah.
We made and they were wearing the fucking helmets too. So there's stories of Vikings over where I'm from.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you think about that in the sense of a lot of like the horse. I don't like using the word regalia, like horse regalia, amongst many Plains tribal nations. a lot of the origins of that regalia that we used to put on our horses was because of the Spanish that we seen and that we conflicted with, that we had conflict with.
Putting the blankets on their horses and shit like that.
Just like the beaded, the quilled like face mask we used to put on the horses, and like how we used to cover their necks and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like that's why a lot of Plains tribes adapted that adornment of their horses, because we'd seen how much the Spanish had armor on all their animals, right? So, I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but I won't say that. I'll just say there are caves here on our reds where people had found gold that was from the conquistadors, man. And there's helmets and there's firearms there as well, right? But does anybody go and bother them? No, because we know that they're cursed. Right? Like, just imagine that if you could go and find, if you can go to those caves and somebody could go and find them, right? Boom. You're sitting on a couple $1 million, maybe even tens of millions of dollars if you could go and find those caves. But out of respect, none of us have ever went and done that because we know what comes with that. Right? We knew what they brought and we knew what they were carrying was greed. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's pretty wild thinking about shit like that.
Yo, TikTok king. Yo, I see what you're saying, bro.
Hello, my native, Mr. Big A. Well, I got to let you guys understand that, first of all, this is how the Europeans were able to be dominant. The Knights Templar went over to Egypt looking for the Ark and the Covenant and the Holy Grail, but did not find it. But they robbed a lot of tombs and took a lot of gold and a lot of ancient text tablets. So at the time, the King of England was killing and imprisoning the Knights Templar. So then, let me give you the whole rundown. So the Knights Templar
that's all.
So the Knights Templar, those that escaped from Europe, came to Egypt and let the others know. So they came back and melted that gold, and then translated all those ancient text tablets. So those ancient text tablets are now, that's how you got the Vatican Church, the Vatican, deep down below the Vatican, housed all those ancient text tablets of ancient civilizations, and the Sumerians, and also the Anunnakis. That's why you see the hat on the Pope is shaped like a fish, and they have a big old telescope. But Native Americans in the ancient text tablets talk about the Anunnaki, and Anunnaki were black. And we were created to be slaves in Egypt to mine gold for the Anunnaki. So we did not come from the Bering Straits or whatnot. Native Americans been here because of the Anasazi. And Anasazi on the hieroglyph has all these ancient extraterrestrial beings. And
wait, what? Can you explain that again? Like, and first off,
and then another thing too, like say in Grand Canyon, they found 50,000.
Hold on, bro. We were asking where you're from. Where are you from? Everyone wants to know where you're from.
Where I'm from?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm a Native American.
What tribe?
I am half Ute and half Navajo. So, but I'm here living in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yo, bro, do you believe in your people's creation story?
But like you guys were talking, like we were Native Americans were enslaved by the Spaniards, because my grandfather is a medicine man, but he passed on now. But that was handed down from generation to generation, the Spaniard helmet, and I seen it from my eyes as a young kid. And so so a lot of stuff that us Native Americans have and whatnot while our ancestors were enslaved by the Spaniards, we got a lot of our stuff from the Spaniards, like some of you guys said. But however, like I said, the Anunnaki, the creation, and plus, are living in a biodome, the firmament. So there is no God, there is no devil, there's nothing, because we live in a biodome, an experiment laboratory, pretty much. And if you really, really look deep, and go down the rabbit hole, all these extraterrestrial beings do abduct people, mainly the Caucasian race.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yo, did you hear what I asked, though? David, do you believe in your creation story, though?
And also the Anunnaki. While our people were here, the Anasazi, our ancient ones, they were given the herbs, the technology from the Anunnakis to survive. All the herbs and stuff. If you look and go talk to your medicine mans, the ancient ones, they'll tell you. Like the Yebiche dance from the Navajo, that dance and mask, that's from the Anunnakis, from the extraterrestrial beings.
Bro, are you confusing Anasazi with Anunnaki?
No, I'm not.
No, he's saying
Anasazi,
that
we were created way back. We were created.
Are the fathers of the Anasazi? That's what he's saying.
The father of the Anunnaki is Anu, and then you got his two sons, Enki and Enlil. Go, look, read the book, The Lost Book of Enki.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
I'm Hoodie Nishoni, bro. I'm Hoodie Nishoni. I'm Hoodie Nishoni, and we got a creation story that speaks of Sky Woman, a giant.
Yeah, I heard we got that too. A lot of like the my tribe, the Navajos, we got that almost the same story as the Spider Woman and whatnot, but a lot of it handed down through, because as Native Americans we get our stories told, handed down generously through mouth, but sometimes it gets misinterpreted through the years. But when it's written on ancient text tablet, like that Chief Joseph tablet, everything was written on ancient text tablets, clay tablets, and you cannot go away from that, because that's the truth.
Bro, what I'm saying is, that happened over there, but our stories are similar. They said the Anunnaki came from the stars, and they actually say they came from the Pleiades and all that.
No. The Anunnakis came from the planet Nibiru. The Nibiru comes into our solar system every 3,600 years. And we are in our...
Listen, bro, hear me out. We have a story. You and me, we both share a story.
Yeah.
A giant. The Anunnaki were giants, too.
Yeah, the Anunnakis weren't giants. I shouldn't say that.
Too.
I shouldn't say that.
Matches their story.
Yeah.
I would, since you're Dene and I would stick to your story first, and then figure it out by looking at. What I do is I look at all the ancient cultures, and I just don't throw all
the Anunnakis were titans
for the Anunnaki. They got a real good story, and it's put together real well. But you got to look at the whole thing, not just there.
The Sumerians are the oldest civilization that talk about the Anunnakis that were written on ancient text tablets. But the Anunnakis were not giants. They were titans, giants. So those four that are underneath the Euphrates River.
I got a question for this guy. Hold on. How old are the Sumerian tablets?
I can't remember right top of my head, but it's way back.
Hold on. You're talking all this crazy shit about Sumerians. You don't even know how far back they date.
I can barely hear you, Lucky.
You can hear me. You're just not listening. How long ago were the Sumerians on Earth? Did the scholars and archaeologists say?
I don't really go by what the scholars.
They come around every 42,000 years.
No, 3,600 years. The planet Nibiru comes around our solar system, around the sun.
How old are Sumerian tablets?
I don't remember right off the top of my head.
They date anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 years old. Tell me why there are sites in the United States.
I'll look into it.
6,000 years old. Tell me why. There's sites older in America that are older than 100,000 years old. So you're saying that the people that were here before the Anunnaki were not who they are, or is that what you're saying, or what?
No, the Anunnakis were here
No, you're not
before
listening to your
before
problematic
anybody,
dates,
because
though.
they're the
You're not
ones that
listening
really
to the dates,
created.
though. You're not thinking about the
Human
dates,
race.
though, bro. You're not thinking about the dates. 3,000 to 6,000 years ago. That's how old the Sumerian.
No, because you can't really do what scientists they do carbon dating, and the carbon dating that they do only goes up to 10,000 years, and they can't go anything further than that. So
They said the Anunnaki built the pyramids. We have mounds in America that are older than the pyramids, bro.
Yeah. So there's that for you. I mean, our history predates any story that comes from those places that is written. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro.
well, if they're not on ancient text tablets, then hey,
Bro, they find
I
tablets
understand and I
here,
respect
bro.
a lot of our Native Americans, plus our
No, they
Native
find
Americans throughout
tablets here
the
that
country.
they don't know what language it is. The closest thing they can put it to is Hebrew. That's the only thing they can do. They find tablets here with symbols all over the shit that's ancient, bro. Even the Nazca lines, though, they have symbols in there that they can't. They try to say, "Oh, it's Hebrew. Oh, it's Indian." from
Yeah,
India.
that's what they
Stuff
can
like
come
that,
up
bro.
with, because
That
that's
stuff
they
is
try to
older.
go too
I
far to
just
expand.
wanted to point out today.
But the Anunnakis had a whole different language though than the Egyptians and the Sumerians. Well, the Sumerians are the closest one that can translate it.
Dates, bro. That's all. You're talking about Anunnaki, and you're talking about that.
Yeah,
side.
because we were created by them, and it comes down to our lineage, to our people,
Sky people.
the Anasazi. They were in touch with the extraterrestrial beings.
Can you get this guy? I wanna
Everything
say
that we've
something.
been given, the herbs, how to survive as Native Americans, this way of our living.
Yes,
Bro.
bro. Yeah, but you're confused, bro. We have our words, and you're whitewashed. It sounds.
No,
like,
no,
bro.
I'm not. No.
Yeah,
What
bro.
you say, because
You're
I'm-
saying Anunnaki, bro. You're saying you're created by Anunnaki. We got our own people. We got sky people and star people, bro.
That's
That's
who they.
what-
That's who they. Like my Navajo people, you know, they talk about the star people. That
Yeah, what do they
the
say
medicine
in
man. They
language?
talk about
That's
the
who
star
you would
people.
say, bro.
The star people are the Anunnakis.
Bro, that's
No,
what
they're
you
not,
say in
bro.
your language. Your language is going to be more correct than Anunnaki. What they told you the star people is in Dene, however you say star people in Dene, that's what you call them. The same. But you getting on here and saying Anunnaki, it's not a good look, bro.
I just
His dates are
feel
all
like a
fucked
lot
up,
of
bro.
it's been mistranslated.
Bro, I'll ask you this. I'll ask
the
you
whole
this.
real
I'll ask you this,
facts.
David.
But hey, Naki, we do. I since been out here in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I miss my elk hunting, mule deer, and my buffalo. Our people had their celebration. They do the buffalo for the whole community, for the whole tribe of the people.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This you said you were Dene, and you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'd have to say that. I'd have to say your logic is twisted in that sense, because our people predate the Anunnaki by thousands of years, bro. That's all I wanted to say to you.
Right.
I mean, we didn't. The Anunnaki didn't teach us how to live. They didn't teach us how to. They didn't create us.
That's not a story, bro.
So
That
That's
maybe
all I
happened
wanted to
for
say.
them over
have you
there.
guys ever guys heard of the Grand Canyon, where all they found a cave? A white miner was looking for gold. He was
man, you're
chopping
talking
down
about
the-
King
Found the
Cave? Are
Egyptian-
you talking
yeah,
about?
housed 50,000 Egyptians.
This dude's pseudo.
Bro, you gotta let him go, Joy.
All right.
We draw
But
some
anyways,
lines.
So, David, I appreciate you. You got a lot of knowledge on conspiracies, but and stuff that I'm not the. You know, I shouldn't call the Anunnaki conspiracy. That's actually some people's belief, but that's not our belief, bro. You can say star people and say it in your language, but you putting all your eggs in one basket for Anunnaki, bro. That sounds like you've been. You've been
you know, I don't really trust and go by what the Caucasians, the Europeans, you know, I do not believe them, because they have lied to us and they have did a lot of things to
Bro,
us.
the whole
You know,
story of
we
the
as
Anunnaki
Native Americans, we're
was
still
documented
in
by
modern day
Europeans.
slavery and captivity.
The
You know,
whole
anytime we try
story
to uprise, they're going to send militias to us.
Anunnaki was documented and interpreted by Europeans, bro.
Exactly.
Come on, dude. You just said you don't trust him, but the whole fucking interpretation and documentation of the Anunnaki tablets was by Western linguists, archaeologists, and anthropologists, and historians, and blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't trust him.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good night, bro.